Folks, we are back. Breakdown Boys, myself, Sensei.
Oos.
Now, Sensei, I have officially made you a pro wrestling mark. We talked about this in our last segment. You are 100% fully into the professional wrestling side, and I don't want to say that I've created a monster here, but you damn near called every single return elimination winner of the Royal Rumble on the actual show. I don't know how you did it.
Dude, even Escobar was kind of killing it for a little bit, dude.
Santos Escobar was killing it. But you know who killed it even before we even got to the Royal Rumble? Sensei, I don't want to say that I know everything, but it just might so happen to be that I know everything. Because we had one individual that is a influencer boxing veteran, now turned professional wrestler, and quite frankly, maybe one of the best naturally gifted professional wrestlers I've seen with these two baby blues. Logan Paul has returned to the WWE, and I don't want to say, like I said, that I know everything, but your boy did kind of call this, Sensei. First off, I want your review on what you saw from Logan last night in the Royal Rumble. Were you shocked that he's that good as a professional wrestler?
Yeah, he was, dude, the vibe was great, and to hear it from you, honestly, because I know you're like a nerd when it comes to wrestling.
I am.
For you to be like, dang, he's so good at this. Like, you wouldn't say that if you actually met it. You're not saying it just because he's from the scene.
Exactly.
You know, so it's really impressive. And then he pulled off a move that was just
Let's take a look. I don't know if we're going to get copyrighted for this, but we're going to try not to. Let's take a look at Logan Paul. And this guy's name's Ricochet, doing a coast-to-coast from the apron. This is a 20-foot ring, by the way, Sensei. I don't know if you know that.
Wow.
They wrestle in 20-footers.
That's crazy.
So
that's a free throw line jump then.
And people expect this out of Ricochet. High flyer, does a lot of this stuff. Logan's 210 pounds doing this. Let's take a look.
Oh, bro.
It just doesn't.
The timing.
It doesn't get worse. It just gets better every time you watch it. That's insane.
Because honestly, this kind of move, the timing is crazy because like usually you have like turnbuckle and they're in the corner, right?
Yep.
So you get to get up there and like grab each other. There's a pause and usually like a setup, like maybe there's a little tap, like yo, we're gonna do it.
Yep.
But this is so easy to botch.
Yep. 100%.
Because you gotta look at them. You have to hop onto the rope. You could have messed that up.
And then Logan almost does, by the way.
Yeah. You got to time it right.
Yeah.
The timing has to be perfect. You have to both get a perfect jump. The timing is crazy. And then Logan gets higher because he has to land on top sort of, and then boom.
The whiplash from this, Sensei?
The fact that he didn't get more hurt. Bam!
Son.
Dude, was...
You see the way the bump's
even that
supposed
much
to look
more violent.
From Ricochet. Ricochet understands how to take this bump on his shoulder, doesn't whip his head. Logan takes the dome, son. Hey, but fair play to him, man. That is that probably was the best bump, the best spot we saw the entire night as far as the actual wrestling highlights.
Stole the show.
Stole the Rumble show right there, in my opinion. But let's talk about a couple things here. Logan now with the WWE is teasing an announcement with Dana White for tomorrow, which I think is probably going to be a Prime sponsorship. But he's fighting. You don't think so? Is Logan going to be fighting in the UFC, in your opinion?
He said it before, dude. He said that he wants to do one. He said bucket list. He wanted to do one.
Yep.
Why not now? Like you always say, strike while the iron is hot.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's my point.
Iron
here's
is hot right now.
It's hot.
Dude, it's a Paul. We got to stop thinking these guys aren't going to do stuff. The dude just became a WWE wrestler. He's up there.
Obviously,
you think this guy's not going to go in the UFC? You know what I mean? He thinks he can do it.
I don't doubt that he can do it. And there's going to be a lot of people that'll be surprised at how much he actually could do in an octagon. The point I'm going to counter with here is there's contracts involved. And this is the only thing, again, I'm going to push the glasses up and say, he is signed to the WWE. It would behoove me to think, they've done it before with Brock Lesnar, but
exactly,
I don't know if they want a guy that's already had a big injury, potentially, to go, and especially now that they're starting to see, he was a Final Four member of that Rumble. They're starting to see he's a superstar. Do they want to give Uncle Dana a chance to really give this guy a fight and potentially injure, because Logan doesn't get bigger from doing the UFC, in my opinion. He's big. They know who he is. The wrestling fans are not gonna. I don't
Unless
know.
he wins, though.
If he wins, yeah, you could say he's a little more dangerous.
If he
as a wrestler,
if he freaking gets someone to punch against the cage, locks his hands up, and freaking carries somebody, and drives him into the ground, and we get
the viral moment. We get the viral moment.
We get, dang, this dude just fought in the what, dude?
Yes. No, I don't disagree that moment would be big. I just wonder if the WWE, if there's some kind of contractual issues there with him performing.
Yeah. So what would he? You said Final Four. What would that? Like, when would that?
It's not because he's that. I'm just saying they see him as a potential superstar. Those Final Four members of the Rumble usually are some of your top guys in the company, right? They look at you as the future, the next wave of superstars. It was him. It was Austin Theory, who they think is really going to be good. It was Gunther, and it was Cody. Those are their big four guys they look at and say, oh, this is the future of the company type thing, you know?
But Logan was going to box.
That's the thing. Is Logan under some kind of exclusive contract or not? I don't know. That's my
Logan said he wants to be The Rock. He wants to be the biggest entertainer in the world.
I agree.
I would be hard-pressed that even the WWE is going to get Logan to be like, all right, if he wants to do it, he's doing it. That's what I'm saying right now.
Fair.
And I'm on that. If he wants to do it, I don't think anyone's stopping him from doing anything because he'll just say F you and just do it himself. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know the contract situation. But let's say you're right and he does go into the UFC, which I don't think I don't think what's happening tomorrow. I truly don't. I think it's a prime sponsorship.
Come on, Logan.
But if it does happen, how do you work him in? Like, where do you put him? He's going to be at 85, I assume, because I don't think he's getting lower than that.
One-off fight. It's the CM Punk thing.
But who?
It's the one-off.
It's got to be somebody, right? It's got to be some name.
I guess. I don't know. Does it?
I mean, I don't know if he draws like CM Punk draws for a one-off because of what we saw happen with CM Punk. Like, I think the predecessor being CM Punk might look at it and go, oh, can that guy... Isn't he just like CM Punk? Not for us.
No, but Logan.
Not for us.
But Logan you look at him, he's more Brock Lesnar than he is CM Punk.
Exactly. But we know that. People that look at Logan and see Jake,
but you can see him fight Floyd. You have footage of him fighting Floyd. You have the wrestling background. You have him rolling with Paulo Costa.
Which I don't know how many people saw, but yes.
But you had that to be
it's
like,
there.
okay, then you
it's
have
there.
like super athlete, the WWE. But even without the WWE, I still think you had enough because he was literally boxing Floyd. You have boxing footage of him. You have, the Paulo Costa thing is.
Hear me out.
You have like the accreditation from his team being like, this dude can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hear me out. This would not go well for Logan, but it would be fun for me as an MMA guy. Bo Nickel, Logan Paul.
Oh my gosh, that's too extreme. Wait,
it might be on the wrestling side, but Logan is a striker, and Bo's still finding his feet there. I know people are saying Bo Nickel could be potentially a top 5 85er.
You put somebody in there.
You have to put someone in there
that
he
Logan.
can beat.
You put Sage Northcutt and let him fight at 185. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You put in a guy that's a striker.
Yeah.
That you're
that
trying to protect. But you just put in somebody that Logan can wrestle.
Who at 85 though? I'm trying to think of a name. Like it's going to be a name that we just don't know. It's going to be some random guy. It's got
but a random guy in the UFC is still someone.
Still a UFC guy, exactly. Still, I mean, we're talking about the same thing. I say Bo Nickel because I think the name value of it would be like, holy fuck, but Bo would probably have his way with Logan in whatever way he wants.
Yeah, because Logan's his instincts is to wrestle.
Yeah,
and you can't have someone who has that.
Oh, you want to wrestle? Inside trip. Sorry. How'd you get there?
Like, if Sage was still in the UFC,
that could be fun.
Sage
that could be fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
that
Sage,
type of...
I think Sage did fight at 85 at least. No, he fought at 70, but he could.
He fought at 70, but that's what I'm saying. You could.
Wonder Boy.
You know?
Do it now.
That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking that. You can put him in there with Wonder Boy.
No, okay, I don't know about that because Wonder Boy is defended a lot of good wrestling.
Wonder Boy would piece him up, but still, you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to think of a name. I don't think we have one, but it will be interesting. Let's pivot though off of that and let's say this.
Okay.
If Logan doesn't do that, but he still wants to box, it's now clear that he's healthy. It's clear that he still does want to get into combat sports in some way. Misfits is still there. He obviously wants to work with JJ. Prime is sponsoring Misfits. It's a perfect match. Who do you put him in there with at this point? Is it a JMX? Is it somebody else? I don't know.
It's tough. I think you got to put him in there with a.
You got to
the
put him in there
name's
with
gotta
like
be-
a legitimate guy, kind of. You have to.
It's got to be a name, or it's got to be like an athlete coming over for the first time. It's a
Le'Veon
big
Bell?
name. Yeah,
Our boy
You
Le'Veon?
could do that because you're gonna have the NFL.
Dr. Mike?
immediately.
Potentially.
You can't, it's hard because of Avila, the fight that just happened.
Yeah. It has to be
Like
someone
Le'Veon-
that gets Logan excited. That's the thing. Like, does Le'Veon Bell get Logan excited?
Uriah Hall?
Antonio Brown did. Uriah Hall? Logan would probably want an MMA fight with Uriah, I would think, versus a boxing match, if they were going to do that.
Oh, imagine an MMA
Dangerous,
fight.
though.
Uriah.
It's dangerous. So bad.
But
I
yeah,
just-
I think
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think you can. I don't know if you can do JMX. I don't know.
At this point, I'd have to agree with you. I'm not saying that Joel couldn't handle himself in there, but I just don't know how much it
I'm talking
excites
about
Logan.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
it's
I
gotta
don't
be. It's got to be massive or nothing. I think for Logan.
In the boxing
He
side.
was gonna fight. He was gonna fight Dylan Dennis.
I know. So it's like, but Dylan and him had history, and there was a lot going
Yeah.
back and forth. Logan doesn't really have any, like, unless you're putting CoffeeZilla in there, like, Logan doesn't have any real beef with anybody, you know? It's just like, I don't know who it'll be, but the clear message is this. Logan's now healthy, and
Yeah.
he's now in the potential pool of influencer boxing, and in your opinion, not mine, he could potentially be fighting in the UFC. I don't see it, but by the time this video goes out, the answer will be either yes or no, so I'm going to go ahead and make my reaction. I told you so, you bunch of morons. Just kidding, I love you. Or, wow, I cannot believe that's the case. Sensei, you are the GOAT. There you go.
Yes.
Comment section, you let us know what you think. And if it is announced that Logan boxes or fights, who's it going to be? Let us know.
I can't take no loss.